Yeah, the experience is huge. We've definitely talked about it as a team. We're kind of going there to do damage this year, opposed to just being there. Like usually the goal is to get to Omaha. This year, a little bit different. We're trying to win it. We're going there. We're looking to do something special. So definitely the experience that we've had. I only threw an in. I think it was like a third of an inning there. But being on that mound, taking that experience and like helping younger kids with it is going to be beneficial for us, definitely.
And individually, you mentioned there, you did pitch in Omaha, but maybe certainly not as much as you're hoping to do this week. What is your kind of attitude, I guess, going into it, knowing you're going to be starting a game of the College World Series? Do you let yourself kind of enjoy that moment, or are you just trying to focus at the task at hand?
Yeah, I mean, I obviously do enjoy it. I'm very excited for it, but there's work to be done. So definitely having that experience under my belt, even if it was one pitch or 100 pitches, definitely a big deal for me, just because I know that I've gotten that first outing out of the way. But I'm very excited for this week.
And then, obviously the strength of the team was viewed as the offense all season long, but the key to you guys getting to Omaha was kind of this resurgence from the pitching staff. Would you say that you kind of had this confidence that the pitching staff as a whole was going to pull it together, when it counted, and how impressed and surprised even were you that, kind of the arms across the board delivered as they have over the last 2 weekends?
Yeah, I mean, even preseason, like I knew this team was going to be special, especially the pitching staff. We started out slow, kind of getting too many guys on base, walking a few too many guys. But I always knew that this pitching staff was special, so it was only a matter of time, in my opinion, before we were going to put it all together. And the addition of Jay in the rotation right now, I know we tried him out at the beginning of the year, didn't really work out, and he kind of found himself in a role in the bullpen. But now that he's back in the starting spot, I'm so happy for him, because he's earned it. He's worked so hard. So guys like that, Matt Augustin stepping up and doing their job, has been huge for us.
Yeah, I think it definitely helps. Going back for the second year in a row. I don't know how many other teams going there have done the same thing, but I think that definitely puts us at an advantage. And it's kind of, I remember the first game last year, we were all just looking around like, oh my gosh, like this is awesome. But there's not going to be as much of that, and we can kind of just get right into the groove of things and just play our game right away.
And obviously the strength of this team kind of all season long was the bats, but then, you guys kind of met your potential here in the NCAA tournament because the pitching came along. I'm sure you guys would say you always had the confidence that the arms could come through, but did you expect them to be this good at the most important point of the season?
I'll tell you what, they stepped up at the right time, and we have a fantastic offense all around, 1 through 9. There's just so much depth in our offense, but the pitching, Evan Blanco, Jay Woolfolk, and all those guys, I mean, they stepped up at the right time, and that's what we needed, and that's why we're standing here right now.
And then, how does that kind of raise your confidence level beyond even what it was before, that you guys have a little bit more of that balance between good pitching and good defense, and then also the offense that you expect to be there?
Yeah, I mean, it's huge. It takes both sides of the game, especially when you're in Omaha. If you're going to win a national championship, you got to pitch in, you got to play perfect baseball. So there's going to be games where maybe if we score 5 runs, our pitching is what's going to carry us in games like that. But maybe our offense scores 10 or 12 runs, and the pitching doesn't have to be as great. So it's just you got to work together, and that's why it's such a team sport. But when the pitching is so good, like it has been, it gives us so much more confidence on the offensive side.
So when you make the decision to come here, to Virginia out of the transfer portal, is this exactly what you had in mind for how this would go for you?
It was definitely the goal. To say that I knew for a fact it would come true would be not true. It was definitely the goal, and I'm really happy it worked out.
When did you get the sense, getting to know your teammates, getting to know the team that Virginia has this season, that you guys were capable of making it to Omaha this year, that this team had that special something that you need to make a run like this?
Yeah, it didn't take long. Just the work in the fall that we put in, and early in the season we went down to Jacksonville, and I think all 3 games we were down in the first couple innings, and just the way we fought back. As an older guy, it was just, I looked at the younger guys that fought, and I was like, yeah, like these kids are special, and it's been good.
And then talk a little bit about, kind of this resurgence from the pitching staff that you guys have seen. Obviously, the bats have been there all season. The offense was kind of seen as the strength of the team, but it was, the pitching over the last couple of weeks that kind of came out of nowhere and was the key to you guys getting to Omaha. Did you expect to see the arms come together like this at the most important time of year, and how impressive have they been from your perspective?
Yeah, it's been really impressive. I did expect a lot of these guys for you guys to think they came out of nowhere, but we knew they had it the whole time, and they just put it together. And I'm really impressed with every single one of them. Just the hard work. They came to the field every day ready to work hard, and they got it together at the right time, and it's been awesome.
So obviously you had a lot of momentum coming off of that first start 2 weekends ago. What did it say, or what kind of confidence did it give you that Coach O'Connor then said, we're going to put you in, on the mound to start game 2?
Yeah, it gives a lot of confidence, obviously, and it kind of shows like this is who I am, and it's who I wanted to be all year. But obviously, it didn't happen like that. But the confidence, shot out the roof, and at the same time, I never lost any confidence. It's just some things didn't go out the way it planned. I was always one pitch away from a really good outing, and so like I said, the confidence really never shot away. But having those 2 outings, confidence definitely shot up. So.
Obviously, this is a return trip for you guys to Omaha. How does that kind of adjust your attitude going into it now that you have kind of that experience under your belt? You know what to expect a little bit more.
Yeah, definitely. The attitude definitely changes a little bit because I think last year, as my first time going there, it was almost a thing where it's like, I'm just excited to be here, as in, like we're in Omaha, this is where everybody's dreams are going. And I'm not saying we kind of, like I kind of shied away from the main goal, but it was just more like we went there and, obviously we didn't have the, success we wanted to there. But at the same time, like after we kind of talked about like, yeah, we went to Omaha. But, this year, you kind of can see it a little different in the team and the celebration and everything. We celebrated, but, we kind of knew that's like, this is not the end of it. We still have, plenty more games to play. And, this team is hungry. This team, battles to the end, and they really want to win it. So I think that's the little mentality that we have. We just, we're going there for one thing only, and it's just to win. So
you guys have expressed a lot of confidence, both in the last couple of weeks, but all season long. How much does that confidence elevate when you feel like you guys are firing on all cylinders? The bats are there, the pitching is also playing the best it's been all season. How does that kind of elevate the confidence level when you guys have that balance?
Yeah, just like you said, our offense is going to score. No matter if it's the first inning or the last inning, they're going to get their runs. And when we have our pitching working together with the offense, we're a really hard team to beat. I think at the first part of the year when our pitching was letting up 10 plus runs a game, it was kind of hard for our offense, to really get going, and we were still winning games, and that kind of says a lot about our offense. And now that we're putting everything together, I think we're a really hard team to beat when our pitching is working, when Blanco goes out there and puts up seven innings pitched, and less than 3 runs. It's just, and with our offense, it's kind of hard to beat us, and that's why I think we got hot at the right time with our pitching, and now we're working together with the hitting.